Hey everyone, my name is Jessica Lan, and today I'm going to be giving a presentation on therapeutic cloning. Now, many of you probably haven't heard of therapeutic cloning because it isn't talked about much, but it is a way scientists are trying to cure many widespread diseases. Stem cell research, which is what therapeutic cloning is, has a lot of potential, but the way scientists are going about it at the moment has many problems. In therapeutic cloning, the fetus is destroyed when the removed nucleus containing all of the DNA of the patient is placed into a fertilized egg. The nucleus continues to divide in a repeated manner, forming a cluster of cells known as a blastocyst, and scientists use its stem cells to grow genetically matched cells for patients. This procedure is intended to treat patients' diseases. Stem cells are the key to making a cell that could be used to grow into different tissues. The goal in therapeutic cloning is for the stem cells to be used to grow organs and bone marrow, which could potentially cure diseases. In the picture, it shows the patient's cell and how the nucleus is transported from the patient's cell to the egg. Then the donor's egg turns into a new embryo, and the donor egg nucleus is removed. Some of the main problems with therapeutic cloning are that much research has been done, but not one person has actually been cured. Scientists are destroying a potential life when they collect stem cells from a newly developing fetus that was created solely for the purpose of research. And there are much safer alternatives to stem cell research on therapeutic cloning, but they aren't being funded. This is an issue because it threatens women's health. The success rate of collecting embryonic cells is estimated about 1 in 100. In order to have stem cells to experiment on, we would need women to donate their eggs, and donating eggs is painful and sometimes even deadly. There are much safer alternatives. People are not educated on the alternatives to stem cell research and the potential issues of stem cell research on human fetuses. Umbilical cord blood, preserved immediately after the birth of a baby, offers the greatest hope for stem cell therapies. Umbilical cords could be used for the same purposes of obtaining stem cells and would have none of the ethical problems that come with taking the stem cells from fetuses. There are also many moral and ethical issues. The thought of creating a new human life solely to be exploited and destroyed in this way is very immoral and shows a complete disrespect for life. Even if one is alright with the fact of destroying a potential life through therapeutic cloning, there are alternatives that could make everyone happy. The people who should be involved in this is Congress and President, the biotechnology industry organization, the general public, and state legislators. It is especially important for the general public to be aware of the issues with this research and be educated on the alternatives that could be much more successful than therapeutic cloning. There are not many laws regarding therapeutic cloning. Therapeutic cloning is illegal in some states, but in most there are no laws against it. 15 states have laws referring to human cloning. Maryland prohibits the use of state stem cell research funds for reproductive cloning and possibly therapeutic cloning depending on how one interprets the definition of human cloning in the statute. Arkansas, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, North Dakota, and South Dakota laws extend their prohibitions to therapeutic cloning or cloning for research purposes, but these are the only states that have therapeutic cloning banned. My proposed solution is that Congress should fund umbilical blood research instead of stem cell research through human fetuses. Using umbilical cord blood to collect stem cells looks promising, but more research needs to be done, and it needs a lot more funding. The public needs to become aware of the other options besides embryonic stem cell research. Many probably have never heard of umbilical cord blood research. More scientists should commit to finding a cure to diseases using umbilical cords. This could be such an advancement in science, but without the ethical problems of using human fetuses. The exact numbers on cost for therapeutic cloning are unsure, but if one wanted to treat a disease using private funding, it would cost about $100,000 to $200,000 per patient, and that's assuming that the therapeutic cloning actually worked. The one-time cost for cord blood banking starts at $1,725 for the first year, and this has the potential to do the exact same thing as therapeutic cloning. If the government provided enough funding to prove this research successful, it could have the potential to cure millions of diseases, but the exact numbers on funding are unsure. If people had the same view about therapeutic cloning as they did abortion, about 50% of the population are pro-choice and 44% are pro-life. So getting a law to actually ban therapeutic cloning would be quite difficult. In order to get a law passed against it, the people would need to become more educated on the risks and costs of therapeutic cloning and the much safer alternative of umbilical cord blood research.